Good afternoon. It's lovely to be here at last. I've had quite an adventure over the last couple of days. Oh, I've forgotten one of those channels. Just hold on a sec. I do forget one thing or another, don't I? But fix that one. So I'm Boundy, psychic medium, and I'm bringing, well, the daily Lenormand card spread reading, but I didn't do yesterday, so it sort of takes it away a little bit from being the daily, doesn't it? But that's because I have actually had an interesting few days. I went back to a hometown for a lovely family celebration of an important birthday. So that was great. My brother had a big birthday bash out at a friend's farm, and it was a wonderful get together with everyone. So that's why I was absent. I didn't have the gear and didn't have the time really to do a live stream yesterday. So, and that's fine. We had a wonderful family day. And on driving back home in the late, well, it wasn't late night, it was the evening into nighttime. So I was driving at night. I'd just come off the ferry at Wellington and was heading towards Langall Creek, and a kangaroo jumped out in front of my car. So I had a bit of a wait until the car could be towed, and a friend, wonderful Shaz, drove me back home. So hence I'm able to be here today as well. So carless, but that's fine. We don't necessarily have to have vehicles these days. There's other means of getting our shopping done and delivered and stuff like that. And other people are around to help at some point or another. So it's wonderful to have that sort of network. But I'm here now to do some cards. And I thought, wow, actually, the cards that have popped up, considering my ending of my day yesterday, is actually very interesting. So, shall we go across and have a look at what the cards have for us? So, here we go. And I am using the Mystical Lenormand deck. It's a very interesting deck. I like the artwork for these as well. I haven't chosen a deck of cards yet that I don't like the artwork and the way that various authors do actually depict the different moods and energies around what their interpretations of cards are, or the meanings around the cards. So what we have with this one today is the clover, the bear, and the ship. So I'm going to emphasize the main theme first, which is the bear, but I'm going to zoom into them so we can see them really well for our reading today. So here we go. There we go. So with the bear, and it's a funny thing because as you know, the clover card doesn't really need a great deal of explanation. It is about good luck. And in the little guidebook that comes with this card, in actual fact, I'm going to get it out and I'll read directly from that little guidebook because they do have various differences in interpretation. And even though I don't generally use the guidebooks as the means to interpret, I just go by my intuition. It's interesting to see that these all three cards are good luck cards. So the clover, this card brings luck and good hope. If it's close to a person card, well, a bear could be considered a person. It's not close to a person card, it's just there. And that's how I consider all the cards. So it will be a good luck card full of luck and hope. So that's what the clover card does depict. It's a common one. You know, there's not much more you can say about good luck. We've got the beautiful little ladybirds there, the four-leaf clover central, of course, and of course other clover leaves in the three-leaf design. But that luckiness of finding a four-leaf clover, I spent hours at the school oval when I was a kid looking for the four-leaf clovers. I know I've got plenty of them outside on my front lawn if I wanted to look too. There's lots of four-leaf clovers. We don't have to necessarily be looking for them, just know that they're present. With the bear, here we have card 15, and that is a card of luck. So it stands for power, strength, possession, and wealth. can also symbolize a powerful, positive, older person, your grandfather, ex-husband or lover. Don't know why an ex-husband's in there with that, but certainly there is that sense of powerful influence, and and admittedly, yes, my own was a powerful influence. And all of that we have with the strength of the bear. We have a look, see what's in the background or in the foreground. Even here, we've got a little creature that's got little pinchers, but the bear is being its true to self, being in its position in a forest and harvesting what looks like a little bit of honeycomb or something there, and really enjoying its sense of beingness, because there isn't too many predators that would be able to dominate and go over a bear. I'm going to hold that up because I do find that interesting detail. It is a honey hive there. If I could get it to focus. Yep, there you go. It's about to have a go at the honey and enjoy its harvest. That's what my sense is around that. It's going to enjoy it. Then we're going to move, and that is the main theme of the day. This one is about that is central, and that connection with the other cards is, really being in its own power, being that is natural to its environment, and what is the instinctive desires from that being itself. Bears do like the sweet honey, and they'll go and get it. It's and not being frightened of any other thing, even though this little creature here with its pinchers does seem small. It probably still might have an influence if it went and bit between the toes or the claws of a bear, and it might be very painful. But it's still that's in its natural environment. It's all of those things that are connecting in to be what is as it's meant to be. And my thoughts do go to the poor little kangaroo that I ended up no choice of my own. It was just an incident where I had no choice, and the little creature did die. Oh, it wasn't a huge buck or anything, but it certainly damaged my car quite considerably. So I'm without a car at the moment. Now, this here that brings me back to the thought of, it's what's that Aussie saying as far as Shank's pony? I'm on foot. And here we go with the ship. So this is about a long journey or a long time, a space of time that's going to take place. It can indicate wealth due to inheritance or thriving businesses. So the way that I felt the energy of this when it first laid this morning was, well, I'm probably going to be reduced in some finances initially, because with insurance claims, you do have excess parts of a policy that you need to pay first before they'll process the claim. So, that's going to be a reduction in my wealth initially, but it could mean that there's going to be an increase in what that flow of financial abundance may bring in the part of repair reimbursement. But this is referring to also the business side of what I'm developing. So I see it as bringing in that time that I'm going to be able to make available now. Instead of tootling around in my car doing shopping and stuff, I'll be able to ring up for orders, get them delivered, have the time to grow my business and improve that financial aspect and abundance that's going to be coming in with this card showing its presence today. That's my interpretation for my own situation. So that's an example of how you would probably interpret for what is your specific circumstances that would bring in that time, or are you planning indeed a long-term holiday? It could be that is more literally time off from work, because this is the workspace. This is the energy that we read as work. This is the energy we read as home. So, I was very lucky not to have had worse things happen with the kangaroo. It could have been a bigger one and gone through my windscreen and done a heck lot more damage bodily to me as well as the car. But I'm fine. It's only the car. I was so lucky in how the situation rolled out. all things are as they're meant to be with the bear there, and the industriousness of how we maneuver, how we can respond to what is life situations as well. And being in our natural realm, being able to go with the flow and take advantage of that fortunate wind that might be blowing to take us to whatever is next for our work, whether it is time off for a holiday or for what is the next step in how we're earning our income. Because this one is more about that is sustaining us in our living, our livelihood, that is our home space. It's all connected. So that's what I'm sensing from all of these. It's only 3 cards, but it's got a powerful message, hasn't it? And there we go from Kat. Hi, I only left the comments until last this time because I was in the flow of sharing what the message is. It felt so strong when I laid them out, shuffled them and laid them out. I thought, oh my goodness, after what seemed to be a weird ending to the day yesterday, the advantage, the taking what is gifted from spirit in whatever form we receive it to its next step, to what we're learning. And that's how I've delivered that for you today. So take it with the same essence of excitement, really, at what's ahead. And good afternoon to you, Nat. Beautiful dog. Oh, lovely. I like dogs. And oh, goodness. Yeah, good to hear I'm okay. Yeah, I was fine. It's one of those things when you have surprising situations like that happen. I don't know how many of you may have been hit by kangaroos in your vehicles or not. Sometimes it can be really devastating and damaging, where it can cause rollovers and all sorts of things. It depends how you react in that instance of the shock. All I had time for was the because it jumped out and it had already been run over. It unfortunately, I'm hopeful it died quickly, instantly. I don't know, because I could not drive back to see what the situation was with the kangaroo. Thankfully, there was a couple of cars that did pull up. The first one being able to check and pull the check on the kangaroo and pull it off the road if it needed to be, and all that sort of horrible stuff. Unfortunately, he had his family with him, which wasn't as nice. But life situations don't always bring us pleasant experiences, but it's still for whatever it's meant to be for, as part of our journey in that learning and teaching and growing and being who we are. So I was fortunate. I behaved relatively calmly, and it was just something that had passed by as part of life's journey. So I still have to wait for a car to be fixed and do all of that sort of insurance claims and stuff. Thankfully, I was insured. I am insured, so that's fine. It'll be okay. But I will be without a car for a little while, so we'll just see what the progress is with that. And I've done that before, where I've not needed to use a car for a couple of weeks, post surgery and all the rest, just a repeat experience in a different form. So that's what that lesson is for me. So I'm definitely getting the message from spirit that I need to be spending more time at home, at working what I'm loving doing, which, I'm quite happy about in some respects, just not about having a car to repair and etc. Look, it is what it is, isn't it? So I hope that you have wonderful things happening for you through the day today, and that tomorrow brings forward for you some more lovely, exciting stuff that you can take part of in what is your focus in your life. Focus on those positive events and the fun stuff, and what you want, what you're desiring, what you feel within yourself is happy space, something that can be shared with others in wonderful, positive ways. So good morning, Corinna. Oh, afternoon, sorry. Yeah, I'm late. You'll need to watch the replay to see the why and the explanation. So, Mr. Roz will have to replay. Yep. Sounds like it's been an eventful weekend. It has. It's been a lovely weekend, really. It's just a very interesting way to finish the night last night and this morning. So, that's fine. It all happens as it does. And thank you for your concern. Just keep being the best you. We are so much individuals, and our own ways and being are certainly independent of others. We just need to decide that it is our own inner independence that's going to shine forth like the bear that we have today. Because we cannot rely on others to create our happiness. We are responsible for absolutely everything in the way that we understand and move forward and act instead of react and take, I wouldn't say complete control, because some things are not within our control, but we are in control of how we behave, how we learn, and how we understand. And that's the blessing of being alive every day to continue that. I love it. Keep being the best you, and I'll see you, well, tomorrow, hopefully. Namaste.